everybody. Today we have some really special guests here in the studio with us, and I'm actually very honored to be the one that gets to interview them. So, as you all know, I'm Jill, and I'm the COO VP here at Neishloss and Fleming. And this to my side is...
I'm Alice Neishloss, Jill's aunt.
Yes.
And I'm her husband, Eric.
You're that guy, right? Yeah. So really, this is monumentous for us to have them here within our building. What they created and the foundation that they have laid within the industry is really important, and they have taught most of us that have known them quite a bit about relationships and how it is to work within this industry. So we thought we'd ask them a couple questions. So there's rumors out there amongst the office and the industry. Who really started Neishloss and Neishloss?
Alice is going to say that it was me. Well, we sort of did it together. But the background was I was working for an insurance company in the early 80s. And while traveling to Texas, met a young man who had an idea for a different product. Our product was cancer insurance. And that was a big product in Texas. Everybody wanted it. The companies wanted it. Individuals wanted it. I'm selling it in Pennsylvania, and nobody wanted it. Well, fortunately, I ran across another broker who I was trying to become. And he said, well, sure, we'll take your product, but why don't you take a few of mine? Which we did. And not too long after that, outsold what he was doing. We had a company called Union Bankers Insurance Company way back when. They brought out one of the first Medicare supplements.
So you were really lucky to have certain opportunities fall in front of you that you were wise enough to discern which was the best one.
In that particular situation, we happened to be in the right place at the right time.
As a matter of fact, it was 2005. And a good friend of ours from the same Union Bankers Company had left and was a consultant. He assembled 7 of us. And we went out to Orange County, California, to a company called Pacific Care. 2005, they introduced one of the first Medicare Advantage policies. And we all sat in the conference room with the president of the company, and the president said to us, well, you guys think you can give us about 20,000 policies this year? We wrote 200,000.
Oh my
and
gosh.
We completely inundated that place.
All the technology now we did not have then.
Mm-hmm.
The carrier was not equipped to license everybody, so that was one big horror. The second was writing so many applications, Xeroxing each one of them, sending it in. We even had a UPS plane catch on fire on the runway with applications in it. That we lived through that first couple of years with Medicare Advantage was
It's
unbelievable.
amazing that company, which ended up to be United Healthcare,
Yes,
correct?
correct.
That it managed to survive that, because we talk about our, contracting and licensing. I even hate to say, the link didn't work, where you guys were looking at packets of material,
Hard
getting it back,
copies.
the fax
Yes.
machine breaking or
Yes.
overloading.
They'd bring the enrollment materials in trucks and put them on pallets out in the front.
In the front, seriously.
You were one of the 7, and that your relationship with those people got you at the seat to the table. So
Right.
we try to stress here to our team how important any relationship is.
Exactly.
How did you market Neishloss and Fleming or Neishloss and Neishloss, and what are some of your craziest ideas you did? Because I know you have them.
Our marketing back then was getting in a car and driving the back roads of Ohio. And if you saw an insurance agency, you stopped and went in and introduced yourself as Alice Neishloss. And they thought, what?
What are you saying? Right.
One year, our little booth was, come and take a shine to us. And we paid the man who shined shoes down on the first floor, who has this huge carved chair, to put his chair in our booth. And we had a trapped person because he had his shoes.
Yes, feet up, yes.
I mean,
It's
most
about
of the
making an impression.
well, most of the time it was men in dark suits with ties trying to hand out, material.
Yeah,
But
but it's like taking that step to do something just a little bit different so they remember.
here's the kind of bad step.
Uh-oh.
I go to the extra large men's store and I buy tidy whities. They're like this big, and you get those in the mail with a little note about, have you gotten too big for your britches? Did you forget about me? Give me a call.
How have you seen the market evolve from what you did to now? And I know you're not actively involved in it, but you're aware of everything within.
With all the technology, it's become less and less personal. You know, in the good old days when I'm out driving the hills of West Virginia, Ohio, or Maryland, or whatever, stopping at all these agencies, you got to see everybody face to face. Some of the relationships that I made, I still am friends with these people, even though I'm not working.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you do it by mail, or if you do it by email, or if it's a text, or if it's whatever, you really don't establish that relationship, and you're just counting on the business itself to keep it together. What do you do to personalize it? I think that's the hardest part these days.
You're right. Oftentimes we focus on the business and not the relationship, and it comes around a lot. So we're going to end this interview, and I'm going to ask each of you for just one word that you would offer to a member of our team that's relatively new.
Your team members now are primarily dealing by electronically and by phone.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my advice would be try to be as personal as possible on the phone to try to create that relationship, even though you're not seeing someone face to face.
Yeah, I think that carries through with your mantra
It's not
that
one
you're
word,
talking
though.
about.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No, it's the word too. I would have to say you have to personalize it. They have to have some association with you besides business.
Yes. Well, we
Well,
are
thanks.
thankful that you're here today to be part of this.
Well, thanks for doing this with us.
Yes.
This
And
is
we
great.
really, it's adds a level of richness to who we are when we hear the story from you guys. So thank you so much.
Thank
It's our
you.
pleasure. Thank you.